double me. Let's turn that off. Nice, good start to the stream. We got cable here. We're on a roll. There we are. Look at this. Wonderful. I've moved stuff around. I've got new cables. Spent a bunch of money I didn't need to spend on cables. Hopefully the wife's not watching. What's going on here? Is this dirt? No, it's just me. It's just me. Yeah, happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you're gonna have a great weekend because I am. And I thought today's stream would be me running my mouth a bunch and going over some tips, tricks, and maybe some of your questions answered. Hangout, general hangoutery. Maybe I'll show off some of my haul that I just bought a bunch of stuff to paint some miniatures. Yeah. So, what do we got? We got 12 people. Incredible. Incredible. The stream bot is running. Subscriber only mode is on. And we are underway. Look at me. I'm almost centered at the shield this time because I've got longer cables. Moving this way. So who's in chat? What do we got? Who's here? Any regulars? Obviously there'll be regulars. I just don't see any chat yet. Oh. Where's my drink? My drink is empty. I'll be right back while I replace that. Good evening to you, Amanda. Hopefully you're having a great day. I've been scrambling to get the stream ready because I bought a bunch of cables. I was already saying that, but Shield is awesome, says Afron Boogie. Glad you like it. Not my artwork, though, amazingly enough. That is a friend's artwork. And when I get around to painting a shield of my own, I'll put my own up there. My concept, her artwork. It's pretty cool. And I made the shield, and I painted the shield, but she drew the artwork. So. Didn't give anybody much warning of the stream. It was like we went from the stream starts at 2:30 to the stream starts. JD Wood and Leathercraft coming in to say hello during the stream. Long-time viewer, first time live. Pleased to have you. Welcome to what is the, so far, consistent but random streams. Last week we were a bit on topic, which is good. We did that, worked on that biker wallet. This week, not so sure. Not so sure. Might not be as on topic as last week. But that's okay, because I'm just going to go over random tips and tricks and other magical spells for Leathercraft that I think are useful as they come to me off the top of my head. And watch everybody in chat will be like, we know that one. We also know that one. Yeah, we know that one as well. So we'll see how that goes. What's up, Trust? I bought a bunch of cables to get all my cables on this side were all over the floor. So now they go up to the ceiling and around, which is a lot better. I still have work to do, but just injecting money into the studio, which is cool. I like buying useful stuff, so that's good. I love that backdrop entirely. Makes me want to drink a mead from a horn. Well, funny you say that. My wife decorates drinking horns. If anybody ever wants a drinking horn, you just gotta ask and she can do one up for you. Michael says, pretty new to Leathercraft, disabled vet. He used to calm me. Now I challenge myself. I'm gonna get irritated with my mistakes. Love your stuff. Hey, we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes all the way up in skill level because that's how you get better. Doesn't matter. as long as you're enjoying the process. And look at this, I can lean in and have the nice bokeh in the background while also reading instead of doing like my bad eyes over to the side. Brunetti Leatherworks says, "Hey man, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear. Hey man, I enjoy your videos. Keep the content going, man. It's really helpful. Glad you love it. Is that an owl on your shirt?" Yes, from Bogey. This is my owl that I drew on my shirt. This is like the first Procreate drawing I did. And it's my favorite shirt as far as my drawings go, because it's very shirty. It's very cool. And I sell them through Printful, if anybody cares. Now that I've set everything up to be right here, just 1 second, hold on a sec. This would be smart to do. I'm just going to do this because it's interesting. Let's see. 1 sec. Look at that. That's kind of neat. Ooh, I've got a shirt with an owl on it, and there's a, I'm going to point to the right, this way. There's a shirt with an owl on it over here. I think I got that right. Kind of cool. Chris Warren says, bro, thanks for taking time to teach us noobs, bro. You're welcome. I try. I am still learning myself all the time. That's smart advertising. Put the owl shirt you're wearing at the top thing. Mwah. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. We're rocking an incredible 23 viewers today on a lovely hot Friday afternoon in Vancouver, Canada. Exactly, Trust. Exactly. Overcoming mistakes. That's how you get better. Or just making mistakes and not overcoming them. Just learning from them, pushing it to the side, and moving on. Good afternoon, Sean. Hopefully you are having a lovely one. Seems like everybody in here is feeling pretty good. I'm going to go over what I did today because I feel like it, because this is my stream, and I'll do that. I went and bought HDMI cables because my camera has these micro HDMI, and they are terrible, and they're always flimsy. So I've got like this small rig cage that goes on the camera, and then I've got this micro HDMI to regular HDMI converter, adapter, whatever. It's a little bit, and it attached to the small rig cage. What am I doing? I'll just show you. I can just do that. Boom. So over here, I've got this small rig adapter into my cage, and then that plugs into now a really good HDMI cable. So now I can not be as worried, because I've had about 5 HDMI micro cables die so far, which is expensive. And these cables were expensive, but I don't think they're going to die. So that's good. And then I bought some power bars. Get up there, buddy. I bought some power bars and brought my light cable up. I brought my camera cable up. So it's going up to the ceiling. The main light goes up to the ceiling. This small rig on the A6100 is new to attach the small rig mount to it. I'm just rambling, but you know, it's stuff that I'm interested in, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm really into the gear side of things. I kind of wish I could just film somebody else doing some stuff. Be the dude behind the gear with my ever-growing gear base. This is a much better framing, I must say. Way better. Other than my camera's a little tilted. Yeah. It's okay. So, projects? Anybody up to anything cool? Or is it just another week? Another week. I feel like showing off what I bought because it's awesome. Got plenty of unfinished projects on my shelf I was not happy with. Been there for sure. Oh hey, look at how crooked this is. Let's go, bud. Ugh, no belly shots. Come on. Look how fancy this is. Anyways, I'm gonna just go slowly through what I got. It's gonna be my show and tell day. It's gonna be super exciting. I got this. Oh, ho, ho. This is a wet palette for painting to keep your paints moist. Everybody likes that word, moist. Then I got way too many paints. Way too many paints. Way too many paints. So I got a lot of paints. Paints. You guys can see where we're going with this, or what? I got some fluffy base stuff. Flock nylon 3mm medium green. Some little tufts. Is this even focusing all right? It is. Little bushes. Yeah, we're certainly going in that direction. We got a bunch of paintbrushes. Excitement grows. And then I got some figs. And I need to paint them, but I got Blood Bowl. Me and my buddy picked up Blood Bowl. I've glued together one figure. No, I am not painting stuff today. So, I'm gonna paint this and shoot a video. Look at these hands. Wow. These are actually looking not bad compared to how they've been in the past. That's just from deadlifting. Yeah, pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. Whatever. So there we go. I've got all sorts of stuff to paint and then play some Blood Bowl. It'll be fun. Trust just finished a custom leather carved sales sign for a soapbox. That sounds pretty cool. Amanda is, I'm going to translate that, recovering from the grueling amazingness of Penzic. It's sour. Oh, but really good. Really good. Guess I should move this out of the way. So, whoever's bouncing in right now is, what are we doing? Well, we're talking. We're almost cutting ourselves on open knives. It's good stuff. Move all this crap out of the way. Oh, you guys want a preview of that wallet? All it is carved. I think I already posted a picture. I posted a picture for members, I think. So if you're a member, you saw a picture. I hope I did. In my brain, I did. I know I did it on Patreon. So, whoop. Oh, that's close. Look at that. It's hard to like see the depth and on a camera, but it's looking pretty good. So, we got to get that done this weekend. Oh, it's beeping away. I should turn that off for sure. I will put that on vibrato. McEwen is listening while he walks to the butcher shop to get steak for the barbecue. Bragging. Bragging. Oh, look at that. Little zitty. Michael's been working on a wallet. Saw a design for that I wanted for me. I'll carry its mistakes and all. I'll carry it, mistakes and all. Going to try tooling some now kind of over wallets. Nice, nice, nice. So, speaking of tooling, I'm going to go over my first tip, first magical spell of the day, because I was going over it in my head while I was tooling this, and so it's really quite simple. It's quite simple. If you're into leather carving, this could help you. You know, there are those little details, and if you have enough little details, it just makes everything just that much better. Ugh. So, this is a little detail. Sean says, that's going to look so cool. I hope so. I hope so. And hopefully this time I'll remember to advertise it properly to sell it, because I've been failing at that a little bit. All right, so what's the best way to demo this? Chris says, Goog morning, y'all. I think that's Australian. Goog. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. I won't even try to do that. All right. So. This is so cockeyed still. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? Yeah. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Woo! Water. Some of you may not be super impressed by this this thing, but I want to just do it anyways. Yeah, this is probably going to be too wet for what I want to do. So, well, it won't be too wet. It is excessively wet. I should have pre-done it. Doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. All right. So especially if you're doing knot work, let's just throw some lines on here, because this is really straightforward. Nothing crazy. There are a couple bevelers that I use. Almost exclusively. I alternate between these two bevelers. Now, this is my main beveler. I did a few videos where I used a larger, wider one. I just don't like how it looks. It would have to be like a massive saddle or something gigantic for me to use it again. It's kind of semi-retired now. So I've got this one, and it is fairly curved. Should I throw my other? I'm not going to throw my other. You know, it's got a rocker there. It's like a bit of a curve on the bottom. So that's really nice for powering through your lines. This is going to probably look terrible because this is not set at all for this yet, but actually it looks better than I thought it would. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is It's also good for doing a little bit of a rub after. But once you've done once you've crossed them over each other, let's get right down here as good as we can. When you're coming back to this point, let me get something. This is, you guys are gonna be like, what is he talking about? But whatever. When you get super, whoa, I'm covering it with my face. When you get really tight into these corners, because it's got a rocker on it, it doesn't go in as deep in right here. And it can often look a little, it doesn't look as deep as it could be. The depth on your piece doesn't look as cool. So that's when this little miracle worker comes in, because it's got a very mild rock to it. And it can get into pretty tight spots. So it works in lots of different areas. And you can just nudge it in there. And it gets a lot better, that your line's a lot crisper. So two parts is, and I'll go over which these are, so you guys, if you want to look at them out. Two parts to this is, make sure that if you're beveling especially if you're doing knot work, but anything where you're going over under, there's that pass where there's the corner. Make sure you go back in there and clean it up and make it nice and crisp, because that'll make your project look just that much better. So it's hard to tell on this piece of junk, but on this, I have done it like everywhere. I've really dug right into the little corners to make sure that they're all crispy. So that, like, especially if there's spots where it's you got a few different pieces crossing, and you want to have different levels of depth to your piece, get in there with a little beveler and it'll be awesome. Jacked Up Leatherwork says, Mr. Magnus, how are we doing today? We are doing pretty good. Pretty good. Chris, oh, good morning. Yes, good morning indeed. So that's that little tip. If you guys are curious, these are both craft tool bevelers. I'll probably just, this one is B935. This tiny little B935. I don't know if that's still the number. I'm not sure how old this is, if this is something that interests you. And then this little one is B203. If you're looking for little bevelers. And these are both linked off my website, and actually they should be in the description of this video, actually. If they're not, I'm an idiot. But it's quite possible they're not. So they'll be in the description, or they'll be on my website with links to Amazon stuff, or you can just go in and look up Craft Tool 1T on Amazon with those numbers. There you go. Exactly, Trust is right there on it. Don't forget to leave a like on the live. It helps everything out. Oh, Sean asks, one of my favorite questions is, he's still trying to figure out how wet the leather needs to be. Oh, McEwen's in with the product code. Thank you very much. 6203. Did I read it wrong, or is it actually well, at least it's got the 203, but yeah, it's old. When I'm doing leather carving, I will always err on too dry. That's people are usually tooling it too wet. If you're tooling it and it's warping a lot, it's too wet. Too wet. If it looks fairly wet, it's too wet. Like, I will take my piece, I will sponge it down with till everything is an even coat of water, and then I'll just walk away from it, let it dry until it's got like a significantly less moisture concert. Moisture content? Content is the word I was looking for. There we go. Now, one thing that I have never done that is probably amazing is casing your leather. Is when you wet it and then you put it in a plastic bag for a while, and it doesn't it allows it to evenly distribute through the piece, and then you pull it out of the bag, and it's amazing. Never done it. Feel free to try that, or look up leather casing or casing leather for leather carving or leather tooling. I'm sure a lot of people swear by it, and I'm sure it's amazing. Enough people do it. People aren't just going to do it for no reason. So if you're having a lot of trouble with your moisture content, I would just go ahead and try that out. It's always a good plan. What am I doing here? I'm waiting for a check to arrive too. Oh my god, a check! I can wiggle my ears. Entertainment at its finest. Yeah, spray bottle. Sure. That's a good idea as well. In fact, the sponge I have right now is terrible. It's not a good sponge. Hey Omar, how you doing? Hello to you as well. One of two Omars that frequent this channel. We have a double Omar. There you go. McEwen's got some concepts for you right there. Pretty good. Do you like my 2-minute thumbnail? One thing I didn't buy today was a mouse. I was going to get a wireless mouse so I could just do some stuff from here. But because I didn't, I'll be right back. I'm just quickly doing a little share to my socials. Oh, I didn't change the thumbnail? I'm an idiot. Fixing it right now. Terrible. That's what happens when you're in a rush. Uno momento. Now I'm fixing stuff. There we go. That's better. Sorry, guys. Silly thumbnail. Feel terrible. Yeah, sponges always worked well for me. I'm sure a spray bottle would work great too. Robert says, I spent yesterday wondering why the stream was not on till I realized it was Thursday, not Friday. I love to hear that because that means somebody cares. That's awesome. Have you ever done any historical reproductions in carving? I don't think so. There was a postural canteen thing I did for a show that gave me some historical looking art, but I don't know how historical it was. I can't believe all you guys, you missed out on my amazing thumbnail. So disappointed. So disappointed. Just fixing this here again. One second. All right, there. That's all done. I'm done screwing around. Is that the fan, or is that something else? Anybody else hear a whirring noise? A whirring noise of death and despair? I think I do, but whatever. Yeah, I thought it was a really good thumbnail for whipping it together. I'm disappointed that it didn't go out properly, but that's okay. Is what it is. I will forgive myself and move on. Another thing I have to do is I have to put this light so it connects to the ceiling, because I'm tired of it being annoying. And it's pretty good where it is right now. Other than, is that a cable on my face? I think that's a cable shadow. Fixing more stuff. One second. Always something to screw around with. I think it's just a camera shadow more than anything. Did you see my Doctor Strange one? Because the one, I accidentally reused the same one from last week, and my Doctor Strange one is the new one, so. Disappointment. One sec here. Props, props, props. Leave me alone. Camera shadow, yeah. I could just go there, it's gone. Except it's gonna come back. It's okay. I could turn it around, so it's back here. No, then it would just get my head all the time. So what do we got for videos coming up? I'm literally gonna do a like tips and tricks video. I'm gonna do a little one. We've got the biker wallet that hopefully will be out Wednesday, I think. I now have 3 different props jobs to do, so I've got to prioritize them and get them done and out of the way, and then we can get back to videoing stuff, which is great. Also want to do a little podcast thing, but I don't think that'll be anytime soon. I've got a setup for it. I think I know what I'm going to do as far as setting it up. It's just I've got to build some more stuff. It's okay. It's okay, Jennifer. Have a good time with whatever you're up to. Glad you stopped in. Lisa or Liza is here from Portugal for the first time. Hello to you. Bye, Jennifer. Bye-bye. Hello from Russia. Globokomor. Globokomor. Hello to you as well. Thank you for stopping in. We have an incredible 35 viewers right now. It's pretty off the hook, but it's all good. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. When you did the little box in your last video, did you treat the inside with Resolene or anything else? I did not. I dyed it. I remember I dyed the inside as well, and I just left it. You easily could. You could easily treat it with toconol, or like I would use toconol or like a gum, the worst named thing in the world. If you're gonna do it, because it's a little more viscous or a little less viscous. Less viscous? It's got a little more substance to it. Jacked Up Leatherworks is working on fishing reel covers. My uncle keeps telling me that I should do fishing reel covers because fishermen have way too much money to spend on stuff, and I just don't have the desire. I don't know if that was cutting corners. Did you say did you say somewhere, McEwen, that I had to do something with the inside? Atom wax, really? I like something that you can like burnish down or press down and smooth down nicely with, and then the stuff like that has a bit more yogurty consistency is the best word to use in that. Seems to be the best for that. How to start leatherwork? Liza. I'm going with Liza. Oh, well, Robert became a supporter. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Liza, I would find a small project that you want to do. Most projects, especially if you're looking on YouTube, most people that have projects, like me, I have a bunch of projects, have the tools listed in the description of those videos. So find something simple to start with, get those starter tools, build that item, and then make something a little more complicated that needs a couple more tools, and keep growing that way. Chris says, Magnus, lacing with leather over stitching with thread, pretty over practical. Pretty over practical. Chris, do you mean like flat leather lacing, like braided lace edges and stuff like that? Because I'm not super into it because it looks very, that kind of stuff looks very Western to me. So, and I'm not a big Western dude. If I was, I would be doing that kind of stuff all the time. It would be constant flat leather lace. And I've done a ton of it. It's not really my main thing. Yeah, so Robert, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it a lot. So we got one new member today. We got lots of green names. If you're not a green name and you feel like supporting this incredible, glorious stream where you get to, I don't know, hang out and do stuff, it's $1.99 in the doodly-doo. There's like a join thing and beep, 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 beep. And it's $1.99. You get emojis, a green name, and my never-ending thanks, which is worth its weight in leather, I guess. Meds in the dice box with the laced edge. That dice box is not mine. That's McEwen's dice box, but I hear what you're saying. I don't know, it would look alright. I'm just not that into it. I honestly just am not. It's not going to look bad. some people absolutely love it. That would, like, let me put it this way. That could look amazing to certain people. I like stuff a little simpler and, I don't know, not my thing. Also, it sucks. It sucks doing that laced edge stuff, so I think I could even remember how to do it in my head. Like, you go up and over through the first one, and then you go in between them, in between the cross, above the seam, and then flip it around over and go backwards or forwards? Forwards. Forwards. Forward, back, cross, forward, back, cross. I'm probably full of shit. Dark Horse Workshop, seeing that we are asking questions, I have been wanting to know what kind of thickness of leather you use to make armor. Yonolith asks, I use 12 to 14 ounce. It's not necessarily true. Nah, it is. 12 to, I guess 12 to 16 ounce really, and I layer it in parts. If it's because I do, if it's it depends if it's for costume or not, but I think I've answered this a couple times. It's a good question. If it's for combat armor and sport fighting, things like elbows, necks, I go heavier, and sometimes I layer them. So if you count the layers together, they're up to like a 25 ounce elbow. Do I have an elbow right here? I think I looked for my elbow before and I couldn't find it. Let's see if I've got an elbow. Oh, I do have an elbow. Kind of got a whole arm here. Might as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. Weirdly off the mark there, bud. Yeah. So this layer here is obviously thinner than this layer here. This is probably 14. That might be 8. So that's 22. This is going to be a little thinner. It's probably 12, 8, 20. And totally, probably a little overkill on here. But I like how it looks. I like that layered. I just like how it looks. But I wouldn't, I like that it's overdone on the elbows. Elbows are important. Elbows, you don't want to break elbows. You don't want to break arms either, but you can survive with a broken forearm. It'll heal and your life won't be just screwed forever. Elbows getting screwed up is not fun. See, now I got to scroll and I don't have a Wi-Fi mouse. Wi-Fi? Bluetooth mouse. Oh, Wi-Fi mouse. And this frickin' stupid shirt's in the way. There we go. I'm not lazy, I'm just specific. Just reading away, catching up. John, just have to say, I don't know about how you used that sentence. I have been fighting my pair of arms made by Magnus for almost 10 years now. That just reads as they've been annoying for 10 years, and you just put up with it for the hell of it. I've been fighting them for 10 years. It's terrible. How much money did you spend on all of your tools? I made this art asks. I don't know, that's just tools, not stream stuff, just tools. That makes most sense. I have no idea. Like there's $8,000 in machines, like 2 sewing machines, a kick press, bell skiver, $8,000 gone. We've got $200 for my cutting board table. You know, a bunch of money for wood. Like, is it chopped or just tools? I guess it's probably just tools. You know, like, a lot of my tools, like, I've got a big tool case over here, but it's full of, half the tools in that tool case are just old tools that I don't use, so. Poison asks, is Latigo leather good for use for armor? Poison, I would say, what kind of armor are you making? It could be totally fine. Latigo is often pretty heavy. Seems like it's pretty heavy. If you're just making it for costume, sure. If you want to harden it, impossible. If it's a cosplay thing or something like that, totally fine. I like vegetable tanned leather because even if you're not doing it for like sport fighting, you can water form and water harden it to give it more shape, and it'll hold its shape better. You can form it, you can dish it, you can stretch it, that kind of stuff. So you could, it depends on your pattern, and it depends on what you're doing with it. Yeah, I made this art. That's just for the sewing machines. Like I've got one of my sewing machines is $3,000. One's $3,000. The kick press is a couple $100, and the bell skiver is was $1,500. And then I do have a lot of tools. There's probably, actually, is it worth a guess? I don't know, $3,000 in tools over the time I've done it, and like a bunch of those are just retired and sitting in a box. I should probably just get rid of them. They're retired because they're either chipped or dull or whatever. Or I found something I liked more, you know? Fredo. My wife thinks I don't have much in tools. She also thinks I was a virgin when we got married. I've used lots of burgundy latigo. Yeah, again, just depends on your use. If you're looking to harden it or fighten it, like you could use it in different parts. It's complicated. Because I do SCA armor, it's every time somebody asks me that question, I'm like, well, what are you using it for exactly? What are you getting hit with? Are you getting hit at all? Etc. Because there's lots of stuff that, like a vambrace, for instance, you don't need to water form a vambrace. You could like water form and roll the edges up, and that's a red arm. What's going on? But you don't need to water form it. So you could use latigo for that. You could like piece together a body piece. Lots of options. If it's for costume, you can use all sorts of stuff. Even if it's for costume though, I would make sure it's a little heavier just because it gives it just looks better. This looks better. Chris says, my trade tools inventory is well over 40K after over 30 years of practicing it. Doesn't take long to accumulate. Yeah, for sure. T. Peterson says, what is a good type and thickness of leather for Viking/medieval boots? Chrome, oil, or veg? I'm trying to think of what mine were last time. I've made one boot before, so I'm not a boot expert. I think the ones I had were made out of chrome tan. Oil tan always seems a little stretchy, but it might be pretty nice. Veg, I wouldn't make it out of veg. Just accepts too much water and sweat and stretches and forms. which is good but also bad. Fredo says shirt. My wife thinks I don't have much of that. Where's my drinky poo? Whoa. All right, I'm going to do another tip. Most of you have already seen this probably. But something for me to instantly talk about is sharpening drive punches, making drive punches awesome. Of course, I can't do it on the fly, but oh, that's funny. My drill's not even here; it's in the truck. Anyways, I'll just explain it because that's an easy way of doing it. Is this still all totally skewed? No, it's pretty good. So, a lot of drive punches you get are, I've got this black coating on them, which is alright. But I haven't used this one much. I'd probably have gotten rid of this black coating by now if I did. But what you want to do is you want to stick it into a drill. You lock it into your drill, and then you use the drill so this spins. And you do that on some sandpaper. I usually put it on a piece of leather, my strop, sure, that works. And then you let it spin on the angle until all your black is removed. Then you move up. I don't know what this is, 600? 600. So you just move up in fineness of your sandpaper until it's nice and smooth. And then the last part you do is on here itself. And then you can even take a piece of sandpaper, roll it up, and put it inside and do a little spin to clean up your edges. And that'll make your holes. I have a video on it. If you want to watch the video, I actually kind of like that video because I did some slow-mo and some music. It's like some B-roll stuff. It was kind of cool. I should do more of that. It was fun. So I highly recommend doing that. Tufts asks, do you use beeswax on your punches? Occasionally, I definitely do. So I will be punching and losing my shit, and I will use some beeswax. So I will push my punch into beeswax a little bit and punch along. There you go. Fredo B says, nice owl shirt. Didn't you already ask? Didn't you already say nice owl shirt? Nice owl shirt. We're back to posting the product again. It's back. Or did somebody else with an F name ask about the owl shirt? Hey, look at that. Cleaned out. Yeah, Pavel says, you told about this hint in one video about enhancing new tools. I definitely did. Great tip. But I bet most of the people watching didn't even see that tip because most of the people subscribed to my channel don't watch my videos because that's just how it works. 70% of the views of my videos are not subscribers. So if you don't have the notifications turned on for this channel, make sure you go down and turn on the notifications, etc. Peterson also asks what kind of thickness of leather. So I missed that part when I was reading through that. 5 ounce maybe? I think do I have boots right here? see. Thought I did. I don't know where they are then. Only mildly worrisome. Don't know where my boots are. John Mailer says new channel challenge to make Viking boots. I'm tempted. They're a pain in the ass. Don't forget to wear your safety glasses. Always. Always I made this art. Always. What's the next film project you want to work on? Like as in me filming or working on a show? For me, shows just come, and I would love to work on a big epic show. There was a chance to work on Shogun when it was here, but I can't work in a shop anymore. I've got to work in my studio, so I couldn't do that. Any good suggestions for learning to draw figures? Like full body, I would look up. I can't remember the specific style for like armaturing out a person, but there's a specific style for that, where like circles and halfway point for the eyes, and then halfway point down for the nose, and then halfway point down for the mouth, and everything kind of structured. So as long as you can get the structure down, then you can fill it out afterwards. A lot of people fail at drawing, myself included. I'm trying to learn because, especially with people, is because they go straight to, I'm going to draw a head shape with ears, eyes, nose, mouth, and they don't measure anything out, so it's all over the place. So that's my suggestion for that. Also use a reference. So get a piece of reference, picture out, draw that picture using the proper fundamentals. Sean says, on a show. I would love to work on another Warcraft movie. I'd love to work on something crazy and medieval or fantasy or something science fiction would be cool, but a lot of my stuff is small one-offs because the shows that I'm working with, those big shows have in-house stuff that I don't do anymore. So like I worked on Warcraft, I worked on Revenant. I did some stuff on Deadpool 2, that is. As far as that in studio goes, but it was, Then you have to go in studio all the time. And if I miss one of your questions, just re-ask it, because chat does fly by on me sometimes, and I'm a little bit of a space cadet. Zaz is in the market for a good punch set. Any recommendations? Good punch set. Depends what you're doing with it. If you're just looking for like punching out holes, I don't know how much better you can get than just like the good old standby craft tool punches. Most of the links to punches in my videos, like in the description, most of them are craft tool punches unless I couldn't find them. So I wouldn't think too hard about them. Now, if you're doing just like fancy, like if you're doing like wallets or something, like these are really fancy. These Cinnabrook, and very expensive, and they have both, like these are just like straight little round punches. They have ones that punch holes, like holes. They have diamond punches. They have pricking irons, and different sizes. But they're pricey, but they're cool. They look cool, right? So this is the only, like, I have one set of this kind of these, and I love them, but they're not like, oh my god, they're so amazing. They're just cool. I wonder what it is. Like when I'm doing the stream, I'm like breathing weird. Is it because I'm like trying not to breathe too heavy? Because I'm might be because I'm just breathing poorly, or I'm just talking too much and not breathing. Fron Boogie says this channel is great. Thank you. Let's see if I can get that right. Boom. Thanks for subscribing, Muku. Any website to buy shoe lasts? I've been looking for months and found nothing. Searching mainly from European sites. Miko, are you? I guess you're over in Europe. That's a tough one for me to do. Then, like, I know there's a place in town here that sells shoe lasts. It's called Labelle Supply, Labelle Supply, and they have lasts for sure. But that's the place I know of. Tufts says, boots are a pain. I made a set of plain strider boots out of sheepskin and it cost a ton and took forever. I made one turn shoe and I was like, that is totally not my forte. I am done with the turn shoe. I will be wearing one. Actually, I didn't even finish it, honestly. Didn't even finish it. Do you ever use belt end punches to make faux dragon? Oh, somebody asked something else about hide. I remember. I'll have to look back. Whoever asked the question about like making a, what would you make out of something that had the hair still on it? I think it was a question. Tough says, do you ever use belt end punches to make faux dragon scale armor? I've seen other folks do that, but I haven't yet because a good 1 1/4 English belt end punch is like $50. I have done that in the past, for sure. Especially for like costume stuff where you take a strip of leather and you punch into it, but you don't punch the scales out. So you punch along it, creating a strip of scales, and then you do another strip, and then you off-center it so the scales, you know, do the little scale thing where they're over a little bit. And that way you don't have to put a million scales together for a costume. You can just do the row. There's also plastic. I should put that on my website. There are plastic bits for tracing out scales. And those belted punches are awesome. So I can't recommend them enough. Also, I just updated. If anybody's curious, you want to figure out how can I support this channel even more than I already do with my time and wonderful questions and hanging out. I just did an update on both my Amazon storefront and did the same updates to my website, which links to my Amazon storefront, for a bunch of tools and supplies that I thought were good tools and supplies. So yes, if you're looking for tools and supplies, there are options there. Also, in the description of all my videos, almost all the time I link the tools and supplies unless I forget. And if I do forget, please call me on it so I can get around to doing it. I almost fell off my granite block here. Do you ever use the rule of cool always applies? I'm gonna scroll back. Somebody asked a question about what you would make out of something. Yeah, Cruz is right about that. Hair on, yeah. Adolf said, I have leather workshop in Ukraine, but RF is destroyed in Kharkov. Oh, fucking brutal. Where is his hair question? Like, see, now I gotta buy a Bluetooth mouse. I can't remember, but I think I was pretty on point with it. It really depends on what kind of stuff you want to make. Like, I did a whole bunch of... Oh, I worked on Alpha, too. But Alpha was weird, because both Alpha and Man in the High Castle were shows that I got a ton of work from. I was practically the prop building place for that show. Like, it felt like it, you know? So, on Alpha, I did a ton of hair-on bags, pouches, quivers, sheaths. Same with Pathfinder. I did a lot of stuff with hair on it, which was ages ago. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there you go. That's an easy way to go. Miko says, about the lasts, I'm thinking of going to a nearby town known for making shoes and asking some factory. There you go. You could also check eBay. Check eBay. Because I don't use it very often, but this is what I have. That's way too zoomed in. Let's do that. So I've got this ancient thing. And you can, well, that's a weird focus. Come on. That doesn't help. So you drill it in, lock it down with some washers maybe. And then you've got a bunch of different booties. And I bet you can find these on eBay, I'm sure. I'm sure you can. Pretty cool. Come on in. Hello, I'm streaming.
Oh.
Heads up. It's all good. I don't mind. No, it's fine. I'm getting past money on stream. Thanks.
Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good weekend. We'll see ya. Yeah, that's classic on stream money. Wait a second. Am I crazy here? Just checking something. See, how did I miss that? I had it on vibrate, I think. Yes, I did. Money, money, money. Paying the bills. That was money from a show called Wilderness. Where I altered life jackets so they would sink. Super glamorous. Depositing money on the air, is that what we're doing? We're going straight to the deposit. I'm doing it. You guys can't see what's happening. It's big cash. Big cash. So, you guys can't see, but where I've got my main light right now, which is like right here. This is like my bench. And then my main light. I was talking about earlier that I'm going to mount it to the ceiling. That is the blurriest picture. Come on. Come on, camera. Retake. So, where that light is right now, I'm going to mount it to the ceiling. And then I'm going to be able to pivot it around and shoot into the corner, hopefully, for some other stuff. Like maybe a podcast? I don't know. What that topic of that podcast is going to be, I have no idea yet. So, I'm almost rich. 1 second. As soon as I deposit this, I just end stream. I'm rich. Bye-bye. Done. Anyways, back to you guys. Sorry. Zaz says, when I glue two pieces together, then punch stitch holes, I sometimes get dried glue gunking up the thread when sewing. Do you have any idea what I'm doing wrong? What glue are you using? What holes are you punching? How long are you letting it dry? That's also a thing. One second. They're apologizing for ruining the stream. Little do they know I ruined this stream a long time ago. Long time ago. Is that like right on the edge? Wow, that's my microphones right there. Nice. Omar Peeps in with the 5 subs. Let's see who's getting memberships, that is. Not subs. Memberships. Thank you, Omar. I don't know why. It's like now you're on a streak that you can't break. It's amazing. And terrible. And amazing? It's amazing. It's amazing. Appreciate it. Thank you. I highly recommend everybody else gift subs and do super chats and become memberships. I keep thinking they're subs because of Twitch, I think. Yeah. I think it's still figuring out who gets them. Did I miss another thing because I've got that stupid shirt? See, the problem with the shirt is it's in my way. It shouldn't show it to me. Yellow, mount what to the ceiling? Yellow says my light. My light. Look at this. I can just show you. Boom. This giant freaking thing. The great sun god. Hey, and there's you guys. Look at that action. So that I want to mount to the ceiling, and that way I can turn it easily and it gets off the ground and out of my way. Get up there, bud. Get it. Make everybody sick. Maybe not the best plan. I wish this moved a little bit more without me having to screw around with it. That might be a good spot for it. It's funny, it says Omar gifted memberships, but it hasn't. Oh, there we go. I think. T. Peterson just became a sponsor? Or did he get gifted a sponsor? See, that's the question. I don't even know. Don't even know. Maybe it'll suddenly appear later. Oh, I got the cord happening again. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it's out of the way. No, it's going to show up as soon as I screw around. It is a very large light. When I had a studio mate here, Levi, he bought a light like that, and he took it away, and I just bought the same light. But that's how you get all this amazingness. Where's my... Does this even work right now? No, that's the aperture. For a 40-person stream, I've got a lot of toys. Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's 40 people here, and I've got. Most of it's for filming, though. Let's see if I can just blind myself. Well, there it's off. There it's on. Now we're just screwing around with lights. There, it's at 100. 100. It's pretty bright. For me, it's pretty bright. Take it down. Take it down. There, that's all right. Aquilium 315 glue, 24-hour dry, thin layer on both sides. Omar Leather Craftsman has become a sponsor. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if that's an Omar giving an Omar or an Omar by themselves. I don't even know anymore. The confusion is real. I don't know what Aquilium 315 is, but instead of asking, I'm just going to Google it because it's easier that way. And what are you making with it? Oh, it's like a contact cement? Water-based contact cement. Use less. Use less. Doesn't need to have a ton. Use less. And really, if it's a contact cement, you don't even need 24 hours. Just go for it. Another possibility would be, man, I don't even know. Like, maybe I haven't seen the reviews on it per se, but oh, is it a Renya? I used Renya before. I didn't even like it. Fron Bogey says, just noticed your tools were strapped up with leather. That's a cool idea. That is a cool idea. And the whole reason for that is because it looks cool. Because I'm a streamer. Or a content creator. I need to add something else to this. That shield used to be off center, which was kind of silly. Now I need to put something like here. And I used to do leather carving over here, but it's just an annoying spot, honestly. I would just use less contact cement. If you're doing the contact cement to glue it down, to stitch it, glue it, hammer it, like make sure you give it like I'll use a big rubber. I'll often pound away on the edge with this. Just because I do. I don't know if it's the best plan in the world, but I'll glue it and then I'll go. And then I'll punch it and that'll be that. Oh, there's the gift. Larissa Monroe was gifted a membership by Omar Peeps. Look how long that took. Isn't that weird? Does anybody else find that weird? I find it a little weird. A lovely set of awls, like 1,000 awls, you mean? Just like, could look pretty cool. Are these, am I finding brass bits in here? Yes. Look at that. That's funny. Out of all the places they could go, they launched inside the crevice. To be found some other time. Maybe a mallet. Where would you get a lovely set of awls? Yeah, I don't know. I use EcoFlow leather weld for stitching. Never had an issue with it. I would just use patches. Zaz, do you mean patches as an eye patches or patches as just things to go on a jacket or something? Either way, I would just use less glue because the glue is just like a back. It's not that big a deal to even have it if you, like, you just need a little bit for the edge. Just use less glue. That's what I would do. And hammer it if you can. Just use less glue. Do I have any more tips? I don't know. Now that I'm like on the spot. Do I have beard dyeing tips? I should dye my beard again. Get a little gray, splotchy gray. Right now it looks not bad. I used to have lots of tips. The wax tip is a good tip. If anybody missed that earlier, putting your drive punch into the wax helps punch through. I don't know, I'll think of something. Not worried about it. Just reading. Larissa says, okay, I went to an estate sale and I got a pair of binocs. Is there any way to bring back the leather strap? It seems strong, but want it to be more pliable and softer. Any way to do this quick and easy? Quick and easy, I don't know. I often just use neat's foot oil for a lot of that kind of stuff. There's other compounds. You could certainly go to any leather supply shop and they'll have some kind of conditioner that you could use. I'll often use neat's foot oil, and I'll do it sparingly. So quick and easy, yes. Quick, I wouldn't soak it in neat's foot oil. I would like put a rub of neat's foot oil on it, leave it, see how it does. Add a little bit more, in a few days. Leave it, and see what that does to it. Don't soak it. And that probably goes for anything you're going to condition it with. I would do a little bit, wait, do a little bit more. Best edge paint. I've used edge coat, Joseph. I don't do a ton of edge painting, but I just kind of dye and burnish. But edge coat seems to work pretty good. McEwen does have his own line of leather conditioner. Might do the trick as well, for sure. I've got some here. It's been nice. I just haven't used it as much as some of their other stuff. I know neat's foot oil just kind of soaks in easy. That balm is pretty nice, though. I made this art. Is this a Q&A? This is just it's kind of a Q&A. I'm throwing up tips every once in a while, and then I'm answering questions because I can easily answer questions here. And I don't mind doing it. It's fun chatting with people. But Larissa, generally, lots of options. Take your time. Lots of options. Take your time. McEwen, do you have those that balm up on your website or no? I can't remember. I think you do. Check out McEwen Handcraft on Etsy if you're looking for like a leather balm. He's got some leather balm. He's also the person who supplied me with the pattern for that last video I did. If you're looking for that pattern, go check that out. If you're looking to help support the channel even more, now that I want to roll with advertising, feel free to become a sponsor. Omar seems to be trying to make every single person into a sponsor. I'm not going to argue with him. He can do whatever he wants. He's Omar. So just, yeah, it's $1.99 to become a member. You get emojis. You get a green name. As you can see, most of the people have a green name. Peer pressure or what. And you get my never-ending thanks. If you got some emojis, you want to throw them up right now so people can see the emojis. In fact, we have so many members now that I can get more emojis. And I think I've now at least paid for those emojis, which is, it's pretty funny the amount of, I'm not complaining, but it is amusing the amount of money I put into, like, I want to get a bunch of emojis for nobody. I had like 3 subscribers when I got emojis. I think I had, yeah, I think I spent $150 on some little emojis, and I had three members, I should say, 3 members. But now we got lots. I don't even know how many we got. We got lots. So we got lots of emojis, lots of like horn drinking and leather crafting and waves and shields. It's good. Rocking it. Emoji City. Look at this. It's becoming Twitch. They're trying to become Twitch. Trying. Oh, and Patreon. Robert says plug the Patreon. So, if anybody doesn't know about my Patreon yet, the way my Patreon works is if you are a member of my Patreon, you get, first of all, any pattern and any piece of art that I release during the month that you are a member of my Patreon, you get it. You just get it. And then you also get a resurrected pattern, sometimes two, depends how I feel, and a resurrected piece of art, sometimes more. Like I've done a full art pack for the last little while as a bonus thing for that month. And I think it's $15. So you get any pattern I release, any piece of art I release, bonus art, and older patterns that are on my whim. I do have a document at home that shows what I've released recently, so I don't fucking do it back to back to back to back unless a bunch of people want it for some reason, which wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, so you can check that out and Patreon it up if you're so inclined. Yeah, and I've also thought about changing it so my Patreon is just my YouTube memberships. I don't know how that would work. I think YouTube needs to figure out its memberships a little more and its community stuff a little more before that's something that could be a possibility. Oh, that's interesting, Oddleaf. I never even thought of that. Oddleaf says, if you use Neatsfoot, make sure it's well mixed. I normally just put it in a Pyrex jug and stick it in the oven on low for 5 minutes, then give it a stir. I've never done that, never had any issues. But it's not like I'm a Neatsfoot oil master at all. Look at, see, Brian is just now getting a gifted membership from Omar Peeps. I don't know how it works, but whatever membership stuff, you do you. I like art, but I'm broke. Okay. Well, what kind of art do you like? What kind of art do you like? I made this art. You want some art? Who wants some art? Anybody? If you are watching this stream right now, I made this art as like, you know what? I like art, but I can't afford art. If you're watching this stream right now, I'm going to give away one art pack to everybody. Everybody that emails me. So I'll give you an art pack. So send me an email. It's going to be there should be a better way of doing this. Send me an email. At least there's not a bunch of people. It's not like there's 5,000 viewers. I'm like, oh. The email address is info@darkhorseworkshop.com. Pretty simple. Send me an email, and I will send you an art pack. Now, which art pack is it? That's the real question. I've got 18 art packs on my website. So because I made this art was the one who wants art, keep the money. I'm not giving you money. I'm giving you an art pack. I don't care. You can have an art pack. I made this art gets to pick, unless somebody else wants to pick. Somebody else want to pick? You can go over to darkhorseworkshop.com, go to the art section, and pick one of the art packs, and I'll just send it to you. It doesn't cost me anything. I made this art. It doesn't cost me anything. You know, if it's not about the square chest thing, I'm just a little confused about it. I got to figure out what you want me to do with it. Isn't it just I'll check it out again. Sorry. Now, if I made this art doesn't go do it, I'll just pick something randomly. So just email me and I'll just send something out to you guys. So. Four o'clock on a Friday. My email is info. I'll type it. Yellowknife, isn't it just a square? It's a square. You just want me to cut you a square piece of leather? Like, all I see is a square. I'm so confused. Did you ever get that email of the mask I made from Tufts? I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. Pretty sure. Let's see. Googling on the air. I'm not sure where it would be. Unless the only thing I'm confused about is it looks like a square to me. Thanks, Poison. Glad you like it. Yes, Tufts, I did see that. 100%. It looks great. $14 by $14. But it's... So this is a square. And this is a diamond. So... I can do that. You know, like, that's not something I'm usually gonna do, but sure. But you want a 14 by 14 inch piece of leather. It's a square piece of leather. You can turn it and it'll be a diamond, but it's what I don't understand is, I just don't understand. Am I doing anything else to it? Is it just it's just a big chunk of leather? I'm so confused. That's why I didn't get back to you. I was like, is this a thing? I'm so lost. I'm so lost. All right. I don't know if the art person wants to pick. Let's see here. Oh, messages from the wife. One second. Unless, I mean, I'll do it, but that's not. I don't usually do that kind of stuff. It's very strange. I'm just cutting a square of leather for you and shipping it to you. How thick? Is it vegetable tan? You're carving it, right? You're carving it, so it's vegetable tan. It's just, I'm cutting a square. Am I beveling it? Am I doing edges? Am I dyeing it? I don't need a ping of a square. 14 by 14. It's just not like something I usually do. Oh, that's what I was gonna check. I was gonna check. Right. So I delegated. I made this art to go pick some art for everybody. But if you don't want to do it, I'll delegate somebody else. That's just fine. You just were the inspiration for me to give away some art. So, hippo milk is pink. What the? That isn't... That... Yonelith says, Dark Horse Workshop, give me one moment so I can get you a picture of a square? You're going to send me a picture of a square? All right, I made this art. If you don't want to do it, I'm going to delegate. Let's see. You know, I'm not going to delegate. I'm going to... Yes, I am. Larissa. Larissa, you go pick. Larissa Monroe gets to go pick. Larissa picks one art pack for everybody. Everybody will get that art pack. No pressure. No pressure! No bribes. No pressure. Larissa's on it. I'm going to go get a Coca-Cola. Make sure you email me if you're interested in the art pack. I'm not going to let everybody choose one because that would just be ridiculous. It's not that kind of giveaway. It's just like a random one thing. I can just easily send it to everybody. So you can just suck it up with whatever you get. It's 4:07. Is it time for another tip? A quick Society for Creative Anachronism tip. If you make a shield, especially a round shield, and you use rawhide on the edge, and your shield dies, you can probably reuse the rawhide. Just take it off, soak it, put it on your new shield. Done. There's another tip. Just knocking them out of the park. Easy. Easy. One 107 here in Spain. You're in Spain? I forgot about that. That's awesome. Spain friends. Nice. Another tip. Sometimes you don't need to bevel. Hey, is that still wet? That's hilarious. Oh my god. That is the bright table. There, that's better. I've done this one before, but I've done most of my tips before. If you have a lot to do, and you just want some light bevel-y stuff, you can always use a spoon stylus to cheat it a little bit and get like a little bit of a bevel, right? There, look at that. That looks pretty good. You know, I wouldn't recommend this for everything, but every once in a while, nasally, does the trick. Boom. Another one. Tufts with the $10 super sticker. You didn't know. Oh, Larissa's going with number 2? Deep dive into the number. Is that there's a raven on that one, I think. Nice. Number 2. Who does number 2 work for? John says, I just kind of stitched 10-ounce leather around the edge of my shield. Yeah, that's good. The only problem with 10-ounce leather, well, it's still gonna, I guess, I don't know. I've never done just 10-ounce leather. It just has a lot of give to it. The structure of rawhide is pretty solid once it's on there and it's dried. Too late, I made this art. You said you didn't want to do it. So it's number 2. Everybody who emails me gets the number 2 artwork pattern pack. info@darkhorseworkshop.com. Magnus is sending number 2 to everyone. Oh my god, where's my... Just gotta screen cap that. 1 second. That's hilarious. Sorry, now I'm doing more social media stuff. One second. Can't resist. See its aspect ratio. I'll figure that out later. Still fun. There. I did a couple posts of it. Number 2 artwork pack is... Let me see what's in it. I forgot. I know there's a raven in it. Artwork. Oh. Art pack number 2. Oh, 18 is at the bottom. Well, that's silly. Isn't there a raven in it? I thought there was a raven. Bear head. Really cool oh man, 2 of my favorite serpents. 3 of my favorite serpents. This has got a lot of cool serpents in it. It's a bear head with a lot of serpents. Or a wolf head, depending on what you want to use it for. And if you want to make slight adjustments to my art, I don't mind. Don't go crazy, but you know, slight adjustments is fine. 1 is the raven. I thought there was 3 is the raven as well. Anyways, I'm sure there's a raven. There isn't. Serpents and the bear wolf. Hey Teresa S, how you doing? Hope you are having a lovely Friday. I could just send it now, so I don't forget. I don't know if everybody's emailed me or what. I'll just wait. I'll wait 24 hours to make sure everybody emails me. Yeah, that one of those serpents is on one of my shirts. One of my other favorite shirts. My 2 favorite shirts has this owl that I'm wearing. And then, let's see. I don't know why it's that color, but whatever. And that one is... Yeah. I like that serpent. It's a good serpent. Teresa asks, what sewing machine do you use? I use 2 sewing machines. I have a Juki 1541S, which is... It can sew through belts, but mainly it's my upholstery weight machine. Does all my smaller stuff. And then I have a Cobra Class 4, which is kind of a Juki 441 knockoff for all my heavier stuff. It'll do like I wouldn't want to, but in theory it can do 3/4 inch, I think, in theory. But I wouldn't want to. I will once again do a little reminder that this stream is brought to you by sponsors. Really. Because if nobody sponsored this stream, I would probably not do this stream. Honestly, I got other stuff to do. But if you're interested in sponsoring the channel, the stream, it's $1.99. You get a green name, which is amazing in itself. Like, look at all those green names. You get some emojis. And on top of that, above everything else, my never-ending thanks. So, there you go. Slow mode in chat is to make sure a bot doesn't come in and spam us with pornography. So, there's a 15-second delay in chat for people to chat. And they have to be subscribers. I could turn on members chat if I wanted to. Which I may end up doing eventually. We'll see. But for now, I'm not. Teresa, Juki has a lot of machines for leather work. For sure. They got tons of machines. Miku says, also, I've been working on a costrol. I find it impossible to seal it. Already 3 coats of wax. One at the cold temperature for it to solidify fast, but nothing. The leather is dark from the wax. What did you use to punch the holes? Did you glue the edge? Glue the edge. Don't use freaking big hole punching giant holes. Use as small as possible. Use wax thread. And then you just gotta like roll it on the seam. Just fill it and roll it on the seam. Make sure everything is done and roll it on the seam. It can be a little tricky, but you can get there for sure. I use a hand crank 1930 Singer machine. Awesome. Those are really good. I almost bought one a few times, but I think I have enough. I don't think I'd want any more stuff. I think I'm pretty good for stuff. Oh, there's my camera. Boop, 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 boop. And I can tell that this is a little uneven. This goes down over here. Whatever. Yeah, Miku, that sounds all good. I feel like maybe it's a little bit of bad luck. Just leave it in there. Get it so it's melted, but not like gonna boil somebody's face off. I would just do more. But if you pour it in and it's super hot, then it's just gonna like instantly suck itself into your sides. So get it melted, but not like, don't go nuts. I don't know. Hey, I haven't even tested mine in a while. I bet you it leaks. Oh. Buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. Oh, I got art pack messages. Lots of them. PNG of my, as you can see, there is a simple icicle border. In the center of the chest shield, there will be an ice shard. Hope this clears things up. You'll notice, am I doing the icicle border? I would think so. I would think I'm doing the icicle border. Got a lot of, it's even. Pizza or tacos? Depends on the pizza and tacos, really. North American hamrammer. Hamrammer? Hamrammer. I'm dyeing a belt tonight for the first time. Does one use anything like neat's foot oil before dyeing or after? I haven't played with oiling stuff first very much, but I have heard that some people do. I've never done it. You're dyeing a belt for the first time? Is it vegetable tan? Are you using like a piece of sheep's wool? Are you dyeing the back? Are you burnishing the edges? Are you finishing the back? If it was me, and I'm dyeing a belt, because I know that I would have a piece of sheep's wool, I wouldn't worry about it being splotchy because it can cover such a wide area quickly that I can dye the whole belt evenly. If you're using a little dauber on a little piece of something, it can get uneven, but with a belt, it should be okay. Okay, Yadalath, I will do this for you. Look at, see, Omar is just gifting these now. Wonder why. Maybe there's some big backup with the streams. Let me check something real quick. Wonder if there's an easy way to cancel, manage. I'm trying to figure out, again, I'm probably not able to do it, but like, I feel like I want to do a raid, but I never have anybody to raid. I'm just going to double check how to do live redirects. Let's see if there's anybody out there. Not that I need to go soon, but live redirects YouTube. How? Googling on the air. They make it so complicated. Create a live stream. Okay, let me, one sec, sorry. Create a live stream. Click edit. Click customization. Under redirect, click add. Nothing. I'm looking. I desperately want to redirect. I've never been able to do it. Man. This is a good opportunity to say, make sure you like the stream. It helps. Everything helps. Like the stream. Maybe leave a comment below saying this was the greatest stream of all time. Those exact words. Everybody should do it. Just, this was the greatest stream of all time. Live. I'm live. Look at that. I'm just doing a little look to see if there's any build streams going. There isn't, though. It's all video games and yeah. Come on. Nothing. It's the world we live in. Make it hard to. They should just make it easy to redirect to anybody that's live. Like I should be able to just type in craft stream, leather stream, prop, costume, cosplay, whatever, and just redirect to them. They don't have to make it complicated. Yeah, just leave a comment down below. This is the greatest stream of all time. I said put this is the greatest stream of all time and like go comment on the video. Oh, there we go. 1 second. I don't even know. Can you do like comments during? I don't even think you can. I think I'm crazy. Maybe you can't comment while you're live. Probably not. That doesn't make any sense. All good. What was last stream? Last stream I went to 6 or something. It was crazy. Do you wet form your belt keepers? Why or why not? I do not. It's a good idea though. They look pretty cool if they're all nicely perfectly water formed. No, I think it makes sure you can't do it while you're live. I just learned that now, learning on the fly, so it's all good. Well, now you want me to dye it? Like, you just wanted me to cut out a 14 by 14 inch rectangle and turn it 90 degrees is what you wanted me to do originally. And yellow sun color does not work well on leather. I would recommend that you paint it. Larissa, don't worry about it. I was just being silly. It's all good. All good. How short do I get with this chair? Oh, a little short. A little tiny. Oh. Yeah. I'll do it for you, and I'll do a little tiny carving for you, and that's only because I'm feeling nice, because this is not the usual thing for me. I'll do it up. I'll do it up. Could just do it up right now, I guess. I just don't feel like it. It's almost time for my Friday to begin. If you know what I'm saying. Can you feel it? Got any messages? Updates. Oh, somebody... What? Hey, somebody ordered an owl shirt. Nice, thank you. Very cool. I assume it's somebody from the stream because I haven't sold a shirt in a while. But there you go. If you need a shirt, if you don't own any shirts, if you're out of shirts, if all your shirts have holes, if you've been thinking about buying an extra shirt just in case you lost one of your shirts, I've got shirts. Check the thing here. Yeah, I've got a ton of Angelus paints. They work well. And now I've got a ton of Vallejo paints. As well as some Games Workshop stuff. I am nothing if not a salesman. And this shirt is amazing. I really like that shirt. Well, that shirt. This one's amazing. Even if you don't, if you hate owls, still a great shirt. If you hate owls, I've got I just kind of generally hate owls because they're so mean to squirrels and other rodents. Not a big owl liker, lover. I really like these shirts. Now, I think almost all of the ones that I've listed are tri-blend just because I like tri-blend. So they're a little more expensive by a couple bucks. But I just love tri-blend shirts. I hate when you order a shirt and it's like, you're like the cardboard man in this fucking awkward, weird, like I like mine to have there's a little bit of pull on it. I'm pretty sweaty right now for no reason at all. I don't know who hates owls, but I'm sure somebody's out there going, I just fucking despise owls. Serpent, wolf, and a horse? Yeah, could happen. Could happen. I should do a drawing just specifically with a shirt in mind, instead of trying to like pigeonhole something into a shirt. Empty, 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 empty. I don't know what you're saying. Came for the Scorpions. Are you sure you can spend the time away from Black Desert or Black Dessert online? A fish shirt? I hate fish. Fish are easier to hate than owls. Who doesn't like owls? Fish, on the other hand, I could definitely see why people wouldn't like fish. A Viking platypus. That could be done. Oh, it's almost Viking platypus. Almost done time. Almost. Nice truth. That sounds good. Old school Power Rangers shirt. But all the dinosaurs are Viking knotwork. You're welcome. Angelus has a very nice wide array of paints. Here's my my Citadel sunset. Look at that action. Averland sunset. Is that even focusing? Yeah, it is. Do you prefer V or U gauge for book covers? I've only ever used a V gouge, so I've never tried a U one. The only class race in Warcraft that I ever played, that's not totally true, not totally true. But I was an orc warrior for almost the entire time I played. I just PvP'd. Literally an orc arms warrior for 10 years. I guess 10 years? And I just PvP'd all the time, and that was the extent of my spiral into Warcraft. I'd play it again in a heartbeat if I had double the time in my life. Need more of an orange base. You can always mix them up. I got this crazy one. We got some orange, and then we just mix this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, presto! How deep would you cut the gouge? I would cut it super carefully, as deep as the least amount I need to do to have it bend nicely. It's about the best way I can say it. If it's like, I wouldn't even use it if it was bending already. If it's so thin that it's bending already, don't worry about it. Nice, Chris. For the horde. For the horde. My druid would keep you up and running. I miss Warcraft. I really like that game. I spent way too much time playing it. I still play a lot of video games, but at least I play video games where you don't feel like you are falling behind and you have to play. So I'm doing a lot of Call of Duty. And I started playing that cat game. I haven't played it since one night though, so I gotta play it again. I should just play Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty. I could go back to Dota. The game that I played after Warcraft was a lot of Dota. And that is also super addictive. But at least you can walk away from it in theory. You're not like falling behind anybody. Teresa S. D&D is a great and fantastic game. I don't know if it is the best game, but it is amazing. My favorite game is Vampire the Masquerade of all time, and I grew up on D&D, so. As far as the V-gouge, I don't know which V-gouge you're using, Truth. There's a couple that I have. Let's see if I can find both of them. There's a chance I threw one of them. Oh, I got it right here. This was the first one I had, and it sucks. It's just awkward to push with. It's fine because you can adjust it pretty nicely and get it super tiny. But I just find this is an awkward push. Whereas this one, I find being able to go on an angle, up on an angle, and push down and forward gives you more control, that you're not going to slip and go racing through everything. So that's it for me. That's the one. That's the one. Because I'm on a delay, I'm not sure which one you have, Truth. The first one sucks. The second one's decent. Yeah, Pavel, I was playing Stray. I'm gonna play it some more. I was streaming it on my game channel. Hey, if anybody likes video games, I haven't done a lot of streaming games, but I am starting to stream more. I'd like to stream more. Feel free to check out my game channel. It's did I change the name of it? I don't even. It might just be Freak Gaming. I think it's Freak Legion Gaming. That shows you how much I'm paying attention to it. I've been thinking of changing my name, so that's why I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah, it's just Freak Legion. Freak Legion. There you go. If you're a gamer and you want to chat more with me, feel free to go in there. I'll play some games more often. Teresa S says I used to play Gangrel. Gangrel are badass. Got a little protein, a little animalism, a little fortitude. You're good. You're ready to rock. I played Vampire the Masquerade from 1992 till today. I still play it occasionally. Yeah, Chris, that was a lot of fun actually figuring some stuff out. I made this art is deleting messages constantly for some reason. I got Cyberpunk the day it was released, and it was a mess, so I stopped playing it. I haven't played Destiny 2. I want to play... I can't wait for the next Call of Duty to come out. This last Call of Duty was the first one I played, so it's new. Me and my gaming group fairly recently just finished 2 20-year-old vampire campaigns. So that's how long we've played, like the same characters. I think they all died in both of them at the end, but 20 years. It was a little bit of time. Little bit of time. Marion says, hello, I'm not sure how to say it, but how do you seal your leather to avoid some rub-off? Thank you. Now, that depends. Rub-off of what? Have you dyed your leather? Is it rubbing off? Is it something you purchased and you want to recover it? There's a bunch of different finishes you can use. If it's something that you have purchased in the past, you really have to figure out what's on it already. If anything, if you've dyed it, if you're worried about rub off on the back, that's another story. But generally, you need to get a finish and put it on the surface of your leather. And if you want to seal the back, it's tough. If you've dyed the back, it's tough. Like if it's a chrome tan or something, it's fine. But if you've dyed the back, and you want to seal it, you're going to be using like a toconol or a gum trichocanth, something that's got a little more goopiness to it, in my opinion. So those are your options. Now, if it's something that you've purchased, like maybe it's like a bag and it's got some artwork on it, and there's something that's starting to rub where you've always got your arm down on it, I personally would contemplate using a spray gun to spray a finish on it. You could wipe a finish on it with a sponge. Lots of people do. I hate sponges with finishes. Okay, so Marion has put on some Pro Dye on Vegetan. Buff the hell out of it. Hit it with some. I put acrylic resin on it. Lots of people like tan coat. Just make sure you look into how to best apply it, because most likely are not using a spray gun. So there's like some techniques to do it so it doesn't streak, which I am not an expert at. I really should like do more of that stuff, just because it's good for the channel to have me using a sponge instead of like, oh, he just broke out a spray gun. What the hell? But spray gun is just such a useful item. Like I'll hand stitch something, but even though I have sewing machines, but I'll still spray gun it. I just talked a lot, now I'm reading. I grew up on D&D, which led to LARP, which led to a 1st century Roman reenacting, which led me to discovering leatherwork 15 years ago. Very cool, truth. I never got into LARP. I did like two vampire LARPs, but never got into LARPing. I still do like D&D. What is going on with my eyeball? I do D&D, I do Vampire, Exalted, or I am currently painting my, well, prepping to paint my Blood Bowl army, which will be a video. There'll be a painting Blood Bowl figures video on this channel. You guys can either like it or not. I don't fucking care. Like, I do care a little bit. It's falling into my, I want to do some different stuff, but not baking or something so far outside the norm that people are like, what is he doing? Though if it was creative baking, maybe a little medieval bake-off. So there'll be a Magnus paints his first miniature in 20 years. That'll be the title, something like that. And I'll be like, trying to figure out how to paint it. It'll be good. Front Boogie, welcome to Dark Horse Supporter. Welcome to Dark Horse Supporter. Is that how it sounds? That's weird. Welcome to Dark Horse Supporter. That's strange. I made this art. Is LARP 8th grade syndrome? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Nice. Who doesn't like a little Viking cooking and baking? Come on. And brewing? Would applying a resist help with sweat absorption? I made a watch band using embossed cow leather, and it's starting to reek from sweating at work. Yes, it would. So all the best, if you're going to make a watch band though, like if you look at all the best ones, they're 2 layers and stitched. Even if it's hand stitched, because that means then you've got the nice smooth side on both sides, and you can easily apply a finish to that, which means that it won't soak up your sweat as much. And honestly, I don't know how much let's see, embossed cow leather. I don't know the fine details on that. Anyways, so yes, if it was me, and if you haven't done, if it's not 2 layers and it doesn't have that smooth side on the inside, it's really hard to water resist a little bit. But then you got to be worried about comfort as well. So I personally would use like a Tokenol or gum trigger count on the back. But it's still, because it's so porous on the back and uneven, it's really hard to stop the sweat from getting in there. You can prevent it, for sure. Or even like maybe, you could also think about doing this is just me spitballing. Don't take this as like professional advice. Pretend I'm not a doctor who's giving doctor advice, medical advice. You could just oil it, maybe. Do a little bit of oil on it, and that might help resist your sweat. And also may not. Truth says, back to work. So long, folks. Mag, thanks for the conversation. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Very enjoyable. I like the ring of Dark Horse Supporter. It's good. It's a good one. I airbrush acrylic resin, but I use a Posh H external mix single action airbrush. It's the fire hose of airbrushes. Really, Gary? Thank you for giving me more stuff to buy. Let's see what we got here. One sec. So I've got an airbrush, but I've never really like how they end up. Just never works out. So I use a paint gun, and it seems stupid, honestly. Googling on the air. Posh H single action external mix single action airbrush. Maybe I just need to clean my airbrushes, and I'm not an airbrush expert. I'm just gonna grab my airbrush right now. I don't even know what I have. 1 second. I just don't take care of my airbrushes. I don't. Let me rephrase that. I don't take care of my tools. It's not specific to airbrushes. Airbrushes is just worse. So what do I got? I've got oh, this is gunky. Wow, this is an example. It's an Iwata Revolution CR. I don't even want to show you what that looks like. There's another one in here. This is a Posh. Look at this. I got this one. Posh VL 0709. Okay, I'm going to show it to you anyways. Look at this. This is the state I put this back in the case in. I need to soak it in something. What should I soak it in? Usually it's just I soak it in acetone because that's all I have. Hello from South Carolina. Hey Aiden, how are you doing? Let's go back to my face. Move. Might be time to buy a mini compressor and a different airbrush and start anew and like try and go on this whole hey, I translated just fine. Larissa, acetone seems to be the go-to. That works for me. Look at this though. Random stuff. Look at my nails. This is the longest my nails have been in like 15 years, 20 years, because I usually chew the hell out of them. And I just stopped. I magically stopped. Now look at how short this one is. That's the longest that nail's been. Like I can pick stuff up with it. Anyways, random things to talk about. This shadow is going to drive me a little nuts. I may end up moving the housing for this over. I don't know yet. Yeah, I'll get some acetone and give it a go. I should buy a little compressor. I've only got one giant compressor and I also don't take care of that thing, so more stuff to buy. But that's okay. Just gonna check something real quick. Googling on the air. Thanks, Gary. Gary says the Posh H series is what boomer modelers use to lay down primer and base coats. It's not an artist's fine airbrush, but it's a workhorse and really hard to fuck up. I said the fuck for you. Oh, bzz, bzz. Now it's buzzing? What's going on? Oh, this is just more of the free art messages. So it will be acetone. So are you just correcting the spelling, or is everybody in agreement that I should just use acetone? Got a little wispy here. A little grayness. Not like I'm old or anything. I am. No more buzzing. There, I don't need to hear any more buzzing. Everybody's in on the acetone. That's what I was using before. So I figured I might as well keep using it. They're just quite the mess. And again, I do need to buy a little air compressor instead of running my stupid one. Oh, what to do? I think it might be almost time to go home. I don't know. See, everybody uses acetone. Acetone, 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 acetone. I like dyeing my beard. I've dyed my beard a few times. I don't do it too heavily. Like this is still a little dyed. I don't try and do it like, I just hate the splotchiness. Like I try and dye this crap, and then if you move past this line, this isn't dye. This is just my color. And then I try and dye a little bit in there, and then I go over here and I dye a little over here. Later, Sean. Do not dye your beard with acetone. That's fair. That's a good point. Larissa says a .015 HP. I should take photos of this kind of stuff. That's a photo of me. What am I doing? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I don't mind gray. I just hate splotchy, and I'm almost at the point where it's not splotchy. When that happens, I'll be a little more okay with just allowing the gray to shine through. But I've bleached my hair white before. I've dyed it black. No problem dyeing my beard, as long as it's not like black. I don't need like a crazy black beard. I just need it like to be blonde. Like if my beard was just like this, you know, like even this is just a little annoying, but this isn't too bad. But it's not. It's pretty splotchy white. Well, this has been a 2.5 hour stream. What could I do? I don't know. 36 people watching, hanging out. They've seen me deposit checks. They've seen me give 3 really simple tips. We've talked it over about a bunch of different stuff. Super Saiyan Silver, nice. Bum, 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 bum. We got a new sponsor in Lewin Departement. Just became a sponsor. 2 a.m. for trust. Going to bed. Time to hit the pillow. Watch the rest tomorrow. Thanks for the free artwork. Nighty night. No problem. There won't be much more. You know, it's Friday. I've got the... it was more of a chat stream. We've chatted. And I, you know, chat it out. He ain't no night elf. Nice. Hell no. Though I think you can do purple on orcs. Might be a new thing though. Well, again, I'm always bad at ending streams. We could end. I don't need to end. Just thinking about what we could do. We got some cleaning to do, some Fridaying to do. Chad stream we chatted. Totally, bro. Chatted it right up. I'm super excited about like all the stuff I did to make this a better streaming zone today. That nobody sees the craziness of cables and power bars and all sorts of stuff. So overnight stream 24/7. I could do a 24-hour stream, but it would have to be like I'm gonna build something in 24 hours and just like build for 24 hours. That could be fun. I'd lose my shit, but it would be fun. Break out your oldest tool and tell us about it. My oldest tool? Damn, I don't even know what my oldest tool is. It's probably in the pit of despair. Yeah, I don't even... Here's my oldest... Actually, I do know what my oldest tool is. I do... Indeed. This is, in theory, my oldest tool. Which doesn't get used for much. This was my dad's pocket knife. So, this is by far, without a doubt, not even close, my oldest tool. And he passed away 1998. So I've had it for a while. I should do a cool case for it. That's a video. Clean it up, maybe. I wonder if I could etch it. That's interesting. I'm going to leave this on my table so that I can remember that that's a cool idea, actually. I went from having no idea what my oldest tool was to remembering what my oldest tool was instantly. I think my dad mainly used it for fishing. Honestly, it's not like he's fighting off bandits in fucking Kamloops, Canada. Kamloops, British Columbia, Canada. So I could do a really sweet pocket knife memorial knife sheath for my dad's knife. That'd be cool. I gotta scroll back a bit. I think I missed a couple comments because my stupid shirt's in the way. Get out of here, shirt. Glad you stopped by, Larissa. Wasn't sure if you were leaving, but sorry, not sorry for singling you out. The 24-hour stream with a nice project is a great idea, but it will be exhausting. Very true. I watched a streamer who did a streaming marathon for a month, and he was completely dead by the marathon. Warning taken. For sure. I'm gonna call it. I'm starting to lose my brain. 2.5 hours is good. It's better than 2. Not as good as 3, but that's okay. I'm gonna wait for one more possible round of questions, and as long as there are questions, I will stay. If there are none, I will depart for the beverages of Fridays. Mwah. Mwah. You could take naps in the stream. Nice. That would be pretty funny. Oh, okay, Larissa, okay. An epic 24-hour build for charity stream, raising money for the Magnus Magnuson Foundation for Lost Magni. No, probably wouldn't go over that well, honestly. I'm just gonna, I'm not racing out of here. Just checking if there's any more questions. Next week's stream will be a project. So, if you're in for projects, it won't be art. It'll be project. I'll be building something. I'll have finished the biker wallet video. Gotten that out. Friday I will be working on something new. So, it will be amazing. What color is your name? Gold. Magnus is a golden name. Hopefully everybody has an amazing weekend. Great experiences, friends, laughter, crafting, building, and all that. I was going to say shit, but stuff. On all that stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to a ton of, we got like 8 or 9 new sponsors. If you're done sponsored and you feel like sponsoring the channel, you know where the button is. It's in the whip beep beep, the June thing down below, the June. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Friday and talk to you during the week in wherever we talk. Have a good one. I have a video with leg armor, Yonalas. I could do some more though.